Hello, welcome to this video. This is a very overdue video. A couple of months ago I made a cosplay vlog where I went to Armageddon Expo, I dressed up as Astrid from How to Train Your Dragon, and I did film the process of making that cosplay, but I was not able to edit it until now. So, here it is, a few months later. Hope you enjoy. Hello you goofy goobers and welcome back to another cocoakat video. Today is going to be a bit of a different one because I'm not used to doing this kind of video. If you're an OG subscriber of the cocoakat channel, you'll remember that nearly 2 years ago I made this mushroom hat video. That mushroom hat is currently sitting rotting under my bed. I have not used it since that video came out. So I have this thing coming up for you non-New Zealanders called Armageddon Expo. It's a convention, but I'm going this year, and I decided I don't get to go to these things often, so why not make a cosplay? So today's video, we are making an Astrid cosplay, specifically from How to Train Your Dragon 2. So let's get into it. So the way we're going to start is we're going to do skirt, but it's basically fur kind of undercoat, and then it's got like the leather strips. Now, we have the fur that I've already obtained, faux fur. I was thrift shopping, and as you do, and I found these pants that look great, but I don't think I'd ever wear them, so I'm going to use them. Right, so I've kind of pinned it together. You can kind of see it's definitely taken a bit of a better shape. I'm going to have to step into it. Get it round like that, and then I'm going to put a zip here, I think is what will work best. Doesn't matter too much about these kind of lines, and this is my first time using fur, but they'll look fine because I'll have the leather bit over it. But overall, I think that is a pretty good start. Yay! Okay, so we're on day 2 of making ASTRID cosplay. I'm not able to head out into town to get a zip or anything, so we're going to press pause on the fur bit. So we're going to get started on the straps, the leather straps. So we've got the pants here. The bird skulls I'm going to make somehow. Not quite sure how, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so after a bit of maths and a lot of measuring, I guess, we have a piece for the leather straps. There's going to be about 10 of these. So yeah, so if we hold it up in perspective with the skirt, that's about how long it will turn out to be. Okay, so I've just gotten home from work and I'm getting ready to spend maybe a couple of hours working on this thing. So now what I do is we're still drawing on the strips using this thing. Okay, so we've managed to get 6 strips out of one side of the leather, the pants, and then now we're going to do the same to the side, except we only need 4. Okay, so the time is a few minutes past midnight, but we have the strips cut out, so there's about 10 of them all together. That's the stitching. This is on the side that we're going to use, right? That looks really nice. And then if I do change my mind, we've got a kind of a lighter colour on that side that actually looks really nice. Oh, I can't decide what side I want now. Okay, so it's the next morning. So plan for today is we're going to finish off sewing the leather straps, and then I'll decide which side looks better, I think. And then we'll make the waistband and finish off the leather skirt. Okay, so update time. We have finished all 10 of the leather straps. I've also just ordered the wig, so that will be here in a couple of weeks. Okay, so I'm lying pieces out, as you can see, right? And me being the genius I am, came up with an idea. I was thinking originally of like using the waistband here, right, to use the waistband, when I realised this thing has a zip on it. I could potentially use that for the skirt. We love a bit of upcycling here in the cocoakat channel. Only problem I can think of is I'm not sure if it will be big enough for the skirt, but we will see. Okay, it is day 4 of working on the skirt. A quick little update. I did some work last night on it. I managed to unpick the waistband from the pants, and I've left, as you can see, some belt loops, which will come in handy later. We've got belt loops and everything, so I can hang like a bag or like a little pouch or something. So that works perfectly. So then what we're going to do with this basically is we're going to put, that's where I've unpicked it there, so we're going to put the leather straps that we've cut out on the inside all the way around, and then sew it back up. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so after a lot of hassle, it's like mid-afternoon now, we finally have the leather bit, the leather skirt. So try it on, stand back a bit. Probably looks about as perfect as I could expect it to be. That's exactly what I want it to look like. Let's go. Alright, so as you can see, we've attached the zip. It's very messy, it was very fiddly to put on it, to hand stitch it because the machine wouldn't work. So we've added the elastics, now it's complete skirt. I am not a fashion person, but now it fits a lot more snugly. Snugly? Is that the right word? It's much more snug around my waist. So yeah, no, I'm really happy with that. And then I can find where I put it. The other bit of the skirt. This is likely the red top I'll be using as well if I can't find. So that's pretty much the skirt done. We just need the spikes, which I will do at a later date. So I'm really happy with how the skirt's looking. Obviously it's, you know, the tricky bit's done. I just have to kind of figure out what I'm doing with spikes. But now we can get started with the rest of the cosplay. Time skip. It is day, I want to say 6 of working on the cosplay. I haven't actually been working on it for a few days because I've been out and about, but quick update. So we finished the skirt, minus the spikes. I have obtained some supplies for the next few elements of cosplay. So we've got the axe to do, we've got the little bird skulls to do, we've got the armour to do, and we've got the fur hood to do. And then we've also got the wig that needs to arrive, and pants and fur things. So the next thing I think we're going to do is the armour, because it's the armour, I feel like it's going to be a bit fiddly. We have the foam, which is what we're going to use for the armour, and then my local craft store had some shoulder pads that were on special, so we got those as well. So I'm going to have to try and find some sort of template for the armour because I don't know what I'm doing otherwise. And I really don't want to mess this up because it's really cheap stuff. It's like, it was $2 for a pack, but obviously I want to get this right the first time. I'm hoping on the screen it looks slightly thicker, but that would be like if we had two sheets stuck together, whereas one sheet would be very flimsy. And we need to paint over this as well. We're gonna make the template so we know what we're cutting out, then we're gonna glue the foam boards together once we can confirm that we have enough to do either 2 together or 3 together, and then we'll cut it out. Okay, so I've kind of assembled like a paper template that's very fragile, but that's kind of just like the basis of it. I think it'll fit. Let me try it on. Hang on. I think it needs to be a bit bigger, so I'll just like add a couple of centimeters around when I cut it up. Here is the very loose template of the things. Okay, so we currently have 2 sheets of 2 glued together. We're gonna wait for those to dry, but in the meantime I'm gonna start making the bird skulls because that will take a bit of time and I want to get it right. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I have to be kind of quiet because my family's just gone to bed, but here they are out the oven. So I've just taken the birdie skulls out of the oven and they're going to cool down overnight outside because fumes, you know. So we are going to make the armour and hopefully that will go okay. So as you can see here, we have them laid out. I'm gonna wait till these ones over here dry because I've just glued them in place before I stick these together, because I'm going to use these as the template because these ones are slightly bigger because I already said I was going to make them slightly bigger. But yeah, no, for now we just wait. Okay, so it is the next morning and we have the little birdie skulls all finished. I thought it actually might be fun to go live while I work on this, so some of this footage will be from streams. I think today we're going to finish the bird skulls. We're going to paint them, make them all look nice, and then we're going to do the armour because the stuff the foam will have dried overnight. So we're going to do that. That's going to be the 2 things we do today, and then I will feel accomplished. Today I'm working on a cosplay. This will make a lot of sense in a few months' time when I finish the video, because I'm going to make a cosplay video out of it. Ooh, that looks nice. Yeah, I think a few layers we'll have to do. I still need to figure out how I'm actually going to attach to the skirt, because I didn't think of that far through. Okay. You can't really see it properly here, but that's the first layer, and it looks really cool. It looks a lot shinier in person. What are these, by the way? So, I can't really pull up a picture on my phone because I'm using my phone to stream. These things. That's what they're supposed to be. And this is looking exactly how I wanted it to as well, so yay! Okay, so now we're gonna do the armor. So as you can see, we have the pieces here. Let me just shift the view for a second. Alright, hello YouTube. So as you can see, we have 2 of each piece cut out. So now we're going to glue them together, and hopefully all goes well. I'm gonna get the glue gun out for this because I don't think the PVA glue is gonna hold it all together. Yay! Okay, so a little after stream update. We have the finished skulls, mostly. They're just kind of dry and they all look silvery and nice. And then we're trying to put together the armour. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to put them together because the PVA glue isn't most reliable and I don't really have any other glue. Okay, so it's a few hours later after the stream that I did, right? And we've been working on the armour, right? We've got it stuck together and we have it's painted. Still got to weather it. And as you can see, we've kind of got a shoulder pad there and the elastic. We're just working on shaping it so it, like, you know, it looks like armour, because like currently if I put it on, it's just a bit flat, you know. So and I've got to make a whole nother shoulder pad as well, so I'm not really looking forward to that, but trial and error. Okay, so I've changed into the top I'm probably going to be wearing on the convention, just for sakes of it's easier to put these on without sleeves. But I think I've kind of got the first one sorted. If we put that on there, that sits, obviously it juts out a bit, but yeah, so that's the first one done, and I will do the second one tomorrow, I think. Okay, so I thought I would just do a little segment on how I made the armour, because that may be something a lot of people are coming to this video for, if they are, you know. So, little tutorial. Once you cut out your foam strips, like previously shown, you just stick them together. I've stuck them together with double-sided tape. You can use glue, you can use hot glue gun, whatever works for you and whatever material you're using. So then what you want to do is, this is the one I've already assembled, right? It's a bit messy, but you can see we've got the shoulder pad and then the elastic that holds it in place. Okay, so I've just finished sewing the shoulder pad and the elastic together. So now what you're going to want to do, you're going to put that aside for a bit. What we're going to do is we're going to paint this silver, because it's a lot easier to do it while it's flat.
A few moments later.
Okay, so it's not really visible on camera, but I've painted it silver. While we wait for this one to dry, we're going to weather this one with black paint and a dry brush. Just kind of go over it, make it look rustic and, I guess, metal, because we're going to do that before we kind of add the studs along it. As you can see, I've weathered the first shoulder pad with black paint, and it already looks... You can see that the effect that gives it looks very nice compared to, like, side by side with the unweathered one. So now we're basically just going to add the studs along and then, I guess, weather those as well. I'm thinking maybe if I can do something to, like, attach it in place on the shoulders, like a button or something, so then when I am moving around it won't move as much. But I have to think, because it would have to be something that attaches to the top. Last cosplay stream, which was a week or so, I think, we were making, you know, the little bird skulls. We have armour to an extent. And then, as you can see, all these little grey dots, we're going to paint those and use them as the studs, little buttons, little button things. I am turning this into a vlog, so I'm filming the bits and pieces. Let me, like, film a wee bit here. I am actually turning this into a vlog. I'm streaming from my room right now. I'm just recording it. I'm just recording a wee bit. You're right, Ishi. Where's the chat? It is always cool to see the cosplay coming along. It just needs to come along within the next 2 weeks, because otherwise it's not going to get finished. It's a good thing I kept all the spare foam, because I wouldn't have done, because I'd have to. I don't think I have actually much foam left. I already ordered the wig and that's arrived. I've fried it on and it looks really good. I just maybe need to style it a bit. So yeah, we're gonna paint all of these. And this will probably only be just enough for one thing of armor. Just trying to think what I do with this. Yeah, I reckon I will make tiny spikes out of it. Because I don't know how else I'm gonna make the studs on the skirt. So I think we'll glue these down and then we will finish the string. And there we have armor to some extent. When I first did this with the armor, right, I didn't think it would be so effective. But it's worked great, like look at it. Okay, so I've just ended stream, thought I would just film this because you can see it a lot better on my phone, but as you can see, we have one finished shoulder pad just like that, and now I gotta make the other one. Another wee side note I just want to add, as you can see I kind of got scratches on it just to kind of make it look a bit better. I just used like a needle for that. You can use literally any sharp thing just to give it scratches. Yeah. Okay, so we finished the second one. We've got 1 and 2. This one's a bit messier, I think, because you know the hot glue gun kind of you can't really see it very well. Kind of leaked over most of them, but it's fine. I painted them and it looks pretty decent, so I'm gonna try it on now. This is the first time I'm trying them on, both of them on, fully completed. I'm fairly sure it is dry by now, and this is without, I haven't added anything to keep it on the shoulders just yet. So again, it's gonna pop off, but like, it's gonna pop off in a good way once we're done. The shoulder armor is complete. So what I'm planning on doing is on my sleeve thing here, I'm gonna attach like a, what are they called? The clips. These thingies, I forget what they're called. We're going to attach a couple of those. I'll still be limited in movement, obviously, but it just means I can kind of move arms around and also it'll hopefully stay in place. That is awesome. I'm really happy that we have those done because they took forever to do. So the next thing I need to do now is the cape, the fur hood, which will be tricky. I will make it work. Okay, so I've just arrived home from work, so tonight we're going to work on the hood. We're going to work on the cape, the hooded cape. I'm still trying to figure out how exactly I'm going to do that, but first I'm going to show you what we're making it out of. So this here is a fur coat, like an actual fur coat. It looks like it was made out of a cat. I really hope it wasn't. So obviously fur is expensive, but thankfully I got this from a second-hand store. The store was having a sale, so I got it, so it went down from $30 to $15, but then because they realized that there was a giant hole in the sleeve, they marked it down to $5. So I got this for $5. It also smells like a cat, which is not helping my suspicions. That is what we were going to make the fur hood out of, and probably going to use the sleeves for the warmers and arm warmers and leg warmers. So now I just got to figure out how I'm actually going to construct the hood. So after doing a bit of further research, I've had a look. So the inside of the hood is obviously fur, and then the outside is just regular fabric. I'm not sure if the lining will quite work for the outside fabric, so I'm gonna have a wee dig around in my fabric box and see what I can find. See if I can find something a bit more suitable. The old fabric box that I literally never use, except for now. Yes, after a lot of unpicking, we have the hood. Essentially, it would be about that big. That plus fur all around, I think would actually work a lot better than I think it would. I think that could work really, really well. If it backfires, I can try again. I just have to not damage the fur too much. Okay, so next morning update. I've decided not to use the leather fabric that I meticulously unpicked last night. Instead, my mother has found some just regular brown fabric that we can use, and I think will work a lot better. So I'm going to unpick the linen because it's kind of getting in the way and I'm not likely to use it. Then we're going to see kind of how much we have to work with for the hood, and then we can base the template on that. So here's the hood shape that we've cut out. I have no idea if this will work. I'm going to sew that up and see how that works before I add the fur onto it. Alright, so we've got the finished, well not finished, but sewed together hood. So this is the hood, what I guess the outside of the hood will look like once it's, obviously there'll be fur on the inside, so it'll look a bit different, but that's going to be the outside, and then we've got the armour that's going to go on. But I think that actually worked a lot better than I intended. I'm doing a better job than I thought I would. As you can see here, we have the coat laid out without the lining. Okay, so just thought I'd give you a quick update. I've pressed paused on the fur hood for now, and I'm just about to put spikes in the oven. This is for the skirt. So here we have the things we need to paint, and I'm about to go live and paint them. So basically, I decided to make the studs on her skirt out of clay, and we're going to paint them silver. I know they look like Hershey's Kisses, but they are not edible, I promise you. We have a whole pile here of the forbidden Hershey's Kisses. Well, that stream, as chaotic as it was very successful. We've painted all the spikes, as well as the other bird skulls. So when I get home tonight, I will stick these down on the skirt, and then we'll have a fully finished skirt, and then we will work on the fur hood again. Yay! Grab this. Oh my gosh! It looks so good! I'm actually so happy with this. We'll do one as well. That's the finished one. It's just the middle one that doesn't have a skull because of the button. But, oh my gosh, that actually worked out so much better than I thought it would. Oh my goodness, I'm actually so happy. You have no idea. Hello and welcome back to the vlog. I have not been able to vlog or work on my cosplay for the past week. I have not had heaps of motivation, but I leave for Wellington in a week, so I need to finish the cosplay. Great news, my uncle is an engineer and he's 3D printed me a battle axe. which is going to be awesome because it means I do not have to make a really crappy one out of cardboard because I really did not know how I was going to do that. So we have a few things left to work on. We have the hood, which has been really fiddly because the fur is just everywhere. We've got the leg and arm warmers to create, and then there's a few other little accessory kind of things we need to make before then. So this week there are going to be quite a few all-nighters, but it's fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so after a few very challenging hours, I've managed to finish the fur hood. It took a lot of trial and error and a lot of trial, error, and a lot of fluff everywhere. So that is the outside. The inside is it's got the seam there. I didn't really know what to do about that. But for my first time working with fur, I think it turned out pretty nice. So now what happens is we have the armour, right? They'll be sitting here. The skulls will be attached onto the hood like so, and the idea is that the hood comes on and off. It's a bit hard to see. If I kind of like go into a side profile, that's what it looks like there. So I'm very happy with that because I was really at a point with it where I was very stuck and not sure how to go about it, because with fur fabric, it's very old and it tears apart really easily if I'm not careful. So unpicking it when I got it wrong was a bit of a struggle. No, I'm really, really happy with how it looks. I think I'm going to call it a night there. So tomorrow we're going to work on the leg warmers. That was the hard bit, I think. That was the bit I was having trouble with, and I was losing motivation. So I kind of just didn't work on anything. But now that I've gotten that out of the way, I'll now be able to progress with the rest of the cosplay and get that done within the next few days. Yay! Okay, so tonight is going to be an all-nighter because I have nothing on and I really want to finish this cosplay so I can get a good night's sleep because I'm most productive at night. So tonight we're going to work on the hood. Let's have a few more things to finish up there. And then the leg warmers and arm warmers. Try on a finished hood with the clasp on it. Hopefully it works. You know what? That's actually not too bad. That's actually not too bad, chat. I'm very happy with that, how that looks. So today I'm working on the arm warmer thingies, these things here. So we've got this fabric here, which is really good material, but it's quite thin. So I'm thinking I'm gonna add like a padding to it, but because, you know, if we fold it over like that, it is really itchy stuff. So we've got like a lining. We're just gonna add that, and then there'll be fur around the top, so there will be that as well that we need to add. And then we're gonna make 2 of these, so that's what we're gonna do today. Okay, so here's the first one complete. It's actually not too bad. It just needs the fur on it, which I'm about to sew around it, but I'm very happy with how that is. It's like, it will look better with the fur obviously, but I'm pretty happy with how they ended up. Sits nicely. There's like a bit of elastic inside, so it sits snug on my arm. But now we're going to make a second one, and that one took like a while to make, so let's do that. And this is the thingy here, the fur on it. It's quite nice actually. I'm really happy with how that looks. Okay, so I forgot to record this bit last night, But we have the hand warmers. We have the fur cuffs on them and everything. So that's all done. So now we've just got the leg warmers to do, and then a few accessories, and then the cosplay's done. Okay, so my room is a bit of a mess right now, because I'm also packing. But this will probably be the last cosplay update because I head for Wellington tomorrow. But leg warmers, yay. And then the other last thing that we needed to do was ASTRID's headband. So if you give me a second, peep the forehead, headband, just like that, and that will go under the wig. So the next clip of this video, I guess, will be me getting into cosplay before the convention, and then me in full cosplay. So, yeah. See you then. Finished-ish cosplay. Studs are falling off, so I'm going to have to find some other way to get them on. I've got the wig, but I need to adjust it, so I'll do that at some point. Okay, so I am here in Wellington, and I have an axe head from my uncle who 3D printed it for me, so we're going to paint that because it's a bit dull. Convention's tomorrow, so we need to get it done. But yeah, and then that's literally the cosplay finished once I've attached that, so let's do that. So here it is, the full ASTRID cosplay. I'm very happy with this. A month of fluff around my room was very much worth it.
Next up we have cocoakat and ASTRID from How to Train Your Dragon 2!
Oh, I'm so glad to be back home. Oh my goodness. Oh, I have to clean all this up. No!